So the shave we're going to do today is going to feature the brushings of this golden nib premium knot, and it is a 22 millimeter knot. I find that to be about the best size since I have a goatee. I don't need a big knot since I'm doing a shape like that. I personally like to soak my badger brushes. It is optional. You can just run it under the water. I like to let mine sit in a little bit of water for just a second. And the soap we're going to use today is a bay rum variant. I haven't used my Bradley razor in a while, and it is one of my favorites. Really enjoy it. With the different plates, it cuts really well. I use the C plate when I want to have kind of a mid-range cut with a lean toward a little bit of aggression and a nice cut. And but I'll use my A plate if I want more of a smooth cut. And since I'm going back to Old Faithful, something I really enjoy, I've been away from that with austere August, using a new razor, and then getting a new razor that I enjoy after that for most of the month of September, or some of it. And so now I'm going to step back and have a razor that I've been enjoying for a good long while. And so I thought I would pick a brand of soap that matched that, Dr. Jon's soap. I haven't tried this actual scent before because I kind of had enough bay rum in other brands. But Dr. Jon's is a reliable, really strong, smooth soap base that always performs well for me. And so on the little label here for this sample, I was at Maggard's getting some samples on the site, and I couldn't help but just throw this in there. Black tea, West Indies Bay, dark rum, and lime. And you can definitely get that from the puck. Maybe not the lime, but hey, who knows how it's going to come across once we start shaving with it. All right. And Bonny. He's got great artwork on his stuff, I think. Lather bowl, about 5.5 inches interior diameter, and similar dimensions to the Captain's Choice large lather bowl and the fine accoutrements lather bowl, but it's got another 3/4 of an inch or even an inch in height to keep that lather from overflowing. I find I need that very much. This is a firm enough to where it's not sticking to my fingers too much as I try to spread it around. It stays nicely in the bottom of the bowl. Storybook soaps I've used a couple for the last couple nights. They're much softer, and this is different. So that's about 1/4 teaspoon. And the razor we're going to use today, as I mentioned, is the Bradley, made by Karve, Karve. And it's already got my Nacet in there. So this is going to be, where's my little paper? The 49th shave of the Nacet. 48 dots there. So Gillette Nacet, number 49. No sign of slowing down. Now here's the catch, not really a catch, here's the difference, here's the newness, the new hotness. This, I've used A, B, C, D, and E plates on this razor. This is a new plate to me that I got during austere August, and it's the AA plate, which is more mild. It may be the mildest that they have, and I thought I really enjoy the A plate. The cool thing is it's mild, but it's still very effective. And I still get great shaves with it. So why not shave with something comfortable if you're getting great shaves? And so since I enjoy that one so much, I thought, let's go ahead and get the one that's a little more mild than that. Maybe it's an amazing, comfortable shave, but maybe it's too comfortable, maybe it's too smooth. Maybe there's not enough exposure, but here you go. Look at that height. There's not much in there. in terms of space. All right, so let's see how the Nacet does with that one. It did really well on a timeless 0.68, which is another mild razor. That was yesterday. All right, get my face wet. All right, that's kind of my pre-shave routine, just to wet my face. I'm gonna pull the brush out, sling most of the water out, starting with just a damp brush. And I'm expecting us to get some full tilt bay rum out of this. And what I do is I scrub at it with this damp brush, and some soaps really respond well to that. This one needs more water, and that's not a problem. You know, just for grins, why don't I just dump a whole teaspoon of water in there and just go slow so I don't slosh it out. So this brush, is a golden nib, and it's a Silvertip, and they have two Silvertip grades currently, the grade A and then the even softer premium. I was hoping, I got both. I got the premium first, really enjoyed it, thought that maybe it was a little too floppy, so I got the grade A hoping that the tips would be soft enough, and but the bristles may be have a little bit more backbone. Well, it seems about the same really, but and so I may not use my grade A very much. I may just sell it, for me right now at least. I shaved with this. I've shaved with it a couple times now. I'm kind of going back and forth between this and another brush that I have, just to compare it, contrast it. So this thing soaked up that 1 teaspoon nicely. And so far, if I had to pick a brush and use it for the rest of my life, this may very well be it, because it's got a little bit more backbone than my whipped dog brushes. But it's just really soft and light, a lot of good flow through. I don't really need a super dense brush, especially one that's hard to display. This lather's looking great. Go ahead and, now we've got 2 teaspoons in there. You know what, I'm gonna add a little bit more. This is a thirsty soap, so it shouldn't have a problem with more water. This is kind of a new knot, and so I am not surprised to see a hair or 2 escape. Let's just show you the lather so far. I've got hard water, so as you can see, Dr. Jon's does not have a problem with hard water. Sometimes if a bay rum has a lot of clove or some of those type spices, it puts me off. It's not my favorite thing. Sometimes, like with Barrister and Mann's bay rum, their glissant base, I tried it, didn't really care for it too much, and then I put on my Old Spice aftershave, my original scent, and I thought, oh, that's kind of in that same family. And then the next time I tried that glissant bay rum, I enjoyed it a lot. I don't get a lot of scents like that where I don't like them at first and then they warm up on me, you know. So we've got a ton of lather here. Might be a little too thick so far, but just a big old ton. Another hair. So let's add some more water. I forgot about Dr. Jon's and how much soap to use, and so I may have just put a little too much on. You know, maybe it is a soap where I need to use less than a 1/4 teaspoon. Forgot. There we go. This might be right on the money now. Heading in the right direction. Look at that. See what kind of elasticity it has after we throw away this bristle. Look at that. I think we'll just make sure we have a good mix up here. I think we'll stop adding water at that point. I can smell the lime now. Definitely smell the bay. And probably a little bit of the rum. Alright, give my face one more splash. Alright, here we go. Nice soft bristles on this one. Nice soft tips. This lather feels nice and feels thick and smooth. You know, it feels dense and creamy is what I mean. Not really thick, but just kind of creamy. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see if we need to add some more water. Oh, yeah. Sure looks like we do. How about that? A little thick in the neck area there. So that's 4 teaspoons of water I've got in this lather. And I'm going to take another syringe of 2 teaspoons of water. I'm going to put about half a teaspoon in my bowl. Go back in there and kind of wet it down a little bit. Put a little bit more in there. Because then I want to kind of share that with my face. I'm glad the smell is not too intense. Sometimes the bay rums can get a little too thick to me. I think that's probably good. Probably could use a little more water on my face, but that's fine. and that is almost 5 teaspoons of water for that amount of soap. Prepared myself for a nice smooth shave. So 49 uses on this blade. Let's see how it acts in a very mild razor. Oh, very comfortable. Not pulling. Pulled just a little hair, a little bit on one of the strokes, but not really a big deal. Scent strength, I'd say maybe is a 4 or 5 out of 10. Well, I'm really liking this AA. It, in a sense, is not a fair test of its smoothness since I'm using such an old blade. I've got glide out the yin yang with this thing because of the soap. Black tea. I think I just got a whiff of, was there some black tea? Sure enough, and I just got it. What a tremendous smooth shave there. I'll bet if I put in a younger blade, it would be even more comfortable. But I think it's remarkable that a 49 use blade can feel this good. And there we have a rinse. Now let's go back to the soap, the lather. Oh, what a light, comfy brush. Doesn't poke or shove my skin around like a lot of those with more backbone do. And I have not had a problem. Some people think that kind of brushes on the lower backbone side have a problem stirring up a lather from harder soaps, but I've never had a problem at all. Yeah, looking good. That's a good lather. So yeah, next time, add a little bit more water to the mix. Be able to hit it on the head the first time. All right, now cross grain. You know what, I'm gonna trim some of my hairs right there. Sideburns getting a little long right there. Oh, nice and smooth. I've said this for a few times, but if you have a really smooth razor, a mild razor, and you're not getting the best cut from it, it could be that you haven't found the right angle. Especially if it's a venerable vintage Gillette, like a Tech or something like that. They're very mild, and so, which is nice because it means you can kind of train on it without worrying about getting cut too much. But then also later on, you know, it's at different points in your shaving experience, you may really treasure the smooth shave instead of always going for the edgy, aggressive shave. So there are guys that sell that, you know, use these $10 Gillette Techs for their whole life. And if you have one of those and you're not getting the right shave with it, then take some time and hunt for the right angle. Because a lot of times it's just a small window, and once you find it, then you'll be rewarded with smooth shaves and super close ones. So far, this is not my favorite bay rum scent. In terms of performance, it might be. It's really good. I mean, just take a look at the sheen on that lather. I mean, come on. Holy cow. I'm picky about my bay rum scents. Like I said, I don't like the clove and that kind of family. I think the black tea was a very nice little touch to add to this one. Kind of set it apart. I definitely wouldn't mind if I was hunting for a bay rum scent. If I landed on this one and that's all they had, I'd be happy with it. It doesn't offend. It's probably a one I like better out there. Can't remember which one it is though. It's been a while since I played around with the bay rums, and I can always go back and get a little bit more soap. It's the advantage of the bowl instead of the face lathering. All right. Now, the test for this AA blade, AA head, it's comfortable, which is plain to see. But the catch is it giving me a nice close shave? I've been using aggressive shavers lately, and you have to hunt the angle down just a little bit less with those, because they just shave anything. But I do have to pay a little bit more attention. But the good news is you're not going to mess yourself up as you hunt for the angle with a nice mild razor like this. And so the catch here is, how's my result going to be? Comfort is obviously there. How is the result going to be? I tell you, I'm shaving at different angles than I usually do because this thing is letting me. There's usually too much of a bite for me to go all the way up like that. I usually can't do that. I'm very interested to see the results on this shave. Such a great razor. The grip on this is just tremendous. It's attractive. It doesn't bite into your skin like some of the knurled handles do. But there's, due to the grooving, it's still firmly attached, even if it gets wet and soapy. So let's rinse this off. All right, now it's time to do the typical fourth pass that is only my neck. Dr. Jon's is just one of my favorite soap bases. I love his artwork. A lot of his scents I just are right up my alley. Well done. And so I was definitely, let's bring this bay rum in and give it a shot. Pay attention to my pressure and my angle here. Man, I feel like I can just, with this razor, I could kind of just go anywhere I want with this head. I mean, this thing, I bet I could shave against the grain on my neck. And I can pretty much do that with no other razor head, or maybe just a few. All right. Now, some people say that their necks, they like to go aggressive on their neck. Then maybe that means that there's less passes done in your neck area, which may give you less irritation. That's not the way my neck seems to like it. It likes mild passes, especially at the end. So I'm going to rinse this off. Let's check it out. Well, I was hoping that the fact that I could go in about any direction I wanted meant that it had cut the hairs down. But there are still a good many hairs with some length on them. Many of them have been cut, and I've got a good shave. It's still a very good shave. But in my trouble area, that mild razor just, I would have to do, I'd probably try another neck pass with neck only to try to help that area. And then who knows, again, like I mentioned, it's possible that I was playing around with the angles to try to find one that cut well. I thought I had. I was kind of surprised to see what I saw there in terms of the hairs, but it's just the way it is. It's possible that I just haven't nailed down the angle for this razor yet. Like I said, maybe the perfect angle there is a hard one to find, and once you do, you're rewarded, but this time I didn't. However, I did enjoy a very smooth shave. And of course, this is a 49 use blade. Number one, I think it's amazing that it gave me the comfort just now that it did. A lot of people will use a blade 9 times and think that it's pulling and being all nasty to them. Well, so I think it's really admirable and amazing that that blade is doing so well in the Karve AA plate. It's a testament. It's working well. So let's, I've got a new post-shave product at Lidl. They have the All Man brand. It's kind of their men's brand for soap and, all kinds of things. Hydrogel. Moisturizing gel, hydrogel, 24-hour hydration, extra light, non-greasy formula, quickly absorbs. Here's some information. And then here's the ingredient information. You'll have to just pause that. I'm not going to hold it while you read it all. Here's the Lidl info. And the cool thing is they have this policy, if you don't love it, just bring it back. And I've tried it, and it's pretty good. It's not greasy. It really is not. And it's pretty nice little size to take maybe traveling with you. 1.7 fluid ounces, and I got this on sale for like $2.50. So I think it's probably a very good deal. I noticed there weren't any parabens in the ingredients list, and so we'll just pump out a little bit. They also have like a skin conditioner. I may have pumped out too much. They also have a skin conditioner, and now that was something that made my face feel like I had applied butter to it in a sense. It just, lots of, this kind of cleared up quickly as I recall, but it absorbed quickly and my face was kind of back to normal, still feeling good. There's a little bit of menthol in this, tiny little cooling sensation. That's good because a lot of menthol is not enjoyable for me, but it applies really evenly and nicely. But the other one, this one kind of got me back to normal pretty quickly, but the skin conditioner or whatever really left me kind of with a tacky feeling, like it was really doing some moisturizing. So that might be something for you dry skin folks. Anyway, we'll just see how it goes. Just kind of a clean, masculine scent. You know, nothing too fancy. There we go. No stinging or anything like that. I don't know if this has alcohol in it. Water is the first ingredient. Glycerin. Oh, there is a little bit of alcohol. And I'm not getting any stinging. So, which is not surprising with such a mild razor head. But also it's an old blade. And I didn't get any, it's not getting rough, you know. So there we go. This is the kind of thing where you probably would want to go ahead and use an aftershave splash later, or if you're a night shaver, like the next day, to give yourself some scent, because this is not like it's not a scent that's, you know, something you might brag about to somebody. I mean, it's just clean and, you know, decent, but you may want to put on a cologne or something afterwards. All right. So I showed you how much. Almost 5 teaspoons of water was used. This is hard water. It was cold. And after 3 full passes and 1 neck pass, we have tons left over. So I definitely don't need to use the full 1/4 teaspoon. Oh man, that lather just looks so good. Look at that. So very couple passes left. So I'll definitely reduce that next time. Put that in my notes. Dr. Jon's is such a good soap maker. I love like propaganda from him. And 13 is wonderful. It's a limited release. Just really intricate pieces. And let's see, or some others. I don't know. I'll probably think of them. So this shave, I may not have stretched properly. Not a full, really tight stretch, but it was so comfortable. I don't really remember kind of twisting up a little bit and getting to my skin in a better position. So that might have, that technique might totally have been the whole issue with not getting a great shave in this little area right here. On my cheeks, like 92% baby butt smooth without even going against the grain. So, Karve Bradley razor, very enjoyable. If I was stuck with that AA plate for the rest of my life, I'd probably be fine with that. What would probably happen is I would learn the angle so that this hard to reach area I could you know, get it really well. Just comfortable shaves all over the place. Oh, and for Dr. Jon's, I knew there were some good ones. Classic black tie or black label, I think it's called. Just tremendous. And then Blood Oath, just a really good blood orange with some spices. So just a handful of great soaps. If I was just stuck with his lineup for the rest of my life, like several other vendors, I'd be a happy camper. Great performance. And happens to be vegan. I'm not a vegan. I don't care. I just like good soap, and it's good soap. All right. We're all cleaned up. Great shave. Yeah, finally starting to, I think I used about twice as much of that gel as I needed to. So not a full pump, perhaps. But anyway, very comfortable shave. And close enough. You know, I think most jobs will tolerate the cut that I had left there. A few tips there that had some length to them. But good getting back to that Bradley razor. And I think I made my feelings known on all the other items. And so next shave is going to be 50 uses with that Nacet blade. How about that? I have to figure out what razor I want to use to do that. Anyway, just real happy all the way around. The strength of the spices in that particular bay rum were didn't bother me, you know, any. So I think it's an even keeled bay rum, and it's neat that I got a whiff of that black tea in there as well. So that's good stuff. What a good base all the way around. And I believe that's it. I hope there was something in here that helped you. I think I found that the AA plate with the Karve was surprisingly efficient compared to how low it is on their aggression scale. I don't even know if he's got one that's more mild than that. So a tremendous bit of engineering from him. And I think we're good. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. Take care and good night.